Hello, children. How are you? I'm sure you all are safe at your place. Students, today I'm going to tell you about one of the easiest yet very important topic, that is comprehension. First of all, let's know what is comprehension. Students, comprehension is the ability to understand something, right? As you can see in the image also, it is I understand what I read. Okay, so like when you read something, so how much do you understand that topic? That is comprehension, ability to understand something, right? So in this topic we cover unseen passages or stories or unseen poems. Now what do we mean by them? Unseen passages are those stories, passages, paragraphs you can say, or poems that we have not read or seen before. That means they are new to you. Okay, they are not from your book. They are new to you, that you have not seen, unseen, जो आपने नहीं देखा, right? In your paper you must have seen, you get one paragraph sort of, right, which is a new one, which is new to you. It is not from your book, right? You are given that paragraph and you are given some questions related to that passage. होता है ऐसा, right? That is called comprehension. That is unseen passage. Okay, so how do we have to solve that passage? That is what we are going to see in this video lesson. So, I'm going to tell you some important points, some of the tips that you can use to solve an unseen passage. Okay, ये points आपको बहुत help करेंगे unseen passage को solve करने में. Okay, let's see them. First of all, read the passage or poem thoroughly. That means जो भी आपको passage दिया जाए, you have to read it properly. Read it twice to understand it better. Okay, and you can even read it 2 times so that you understand it better. Okay, get involved with the passage. That means whenever you are reading, just try to get involved in the passage, right? Next, if possible, just underline important lines or important words in the passage to answer the questions. It will help you to understand the main idea of the passage. Okay, so if possible, right, if you are practicing at home, if possible, just try to underline the important lines and words. It will help you in finding out your answers later. Okay, so underline the important words and lines when you are reading the passage. Okay, so obviously when you will read an unseen passage, because it is new to you, so you may find some unfamiliar words. That means the words which you don't know, they are new to you. So what you have to do, try to understand certain unfamiliar words by reading the lines previous to and following the difficult words. That means आपको कैसे पता चलेगा उन words का meaning? You have to read the lines before that word and after that word. जो भी lines हैं आपको बार बार read करनी है. You will definitely find the meaning of that word. That means आपको meaning clear हो जाएगा कि क्या है, उसका क्या हो सकता है meaning, right? And whenever you are reading the paragraph or the passage, just determine the main idea. आपको main idea clear करना होता है कि actually में main paragraph किस बारे में है, right? Read the questions properly, because after all आपको questions के ही answers देने हैं ना, right? So read the questions properly and try to understand what is the question asking. That means whenever you read the paragraph, after that just read all the questions. Questions को भी आपको twice read करना है. Okay, so read them twice and just try to understand that क्या पूछना चाह रहा है question, right? Question में क्या पूछा गया है. Just try to figure it out. Okay, and you have to look for the most appropriate answer. Appropriate means suitable, right? कि इनमें से कौन सा suitable answer हो सकता है. If you are having options, so you have to try to find out the most suitable answer. And while doing the questions, if you have any doubt, just go back to the passage and read that line or that part again. Okay, and you don't have to assume anything on your own. Assume means you don't have to just guess it like कि हाँ यही होगा, यही आंसर होगा. नो, यू हैव टू आंसर द क्वेश्चंस अकॉर्डिंग टू द पैसेज. अपने आप से कुछ भी नहीं मानना हमको. अज्यूम मीन्स कुछ भी मान लेना. ओके, यू हैव टू आंसर द क्वेश्चंस अकॉर्डिंग टू द पैसेज ओनली. Okay, and you may get different kinds of questions, like you may get subjective questions like 1 or 2 lines question, right, जिसमें आपको आंसर 1 or 2 lines में देना होगा. You may get 1 word questions also, right. You may get MCQs or fill-ups also, right, like you get in your different subjects. In the same way you can get any kind of questions from the unseen passage. So as you do in your reader part, जैसे आप reader में करते हो ना, English reader में, that first of all you go through the story, understand the story, and then you do the question answers, right. In the same way you have to understand the passage, and then you have to read the questions properly, and then you have to find out the answers from the passage by your own. Okay, but for that you should be clear with the passage. But उसके लिए आपको passage का meaning clear होना चाहिए बिल्कुल, right. So let's quickly revise. What were the tips? First of all, you have to read the passage properly at least twice. Okay, underline the main points or main words that you find. Okay, and then you have to try to understand some unfamiliar words. Read the questions properly and just try to understand that what is the question asking. Okay, and then you will definitely find out the answers from the passage. Like first of all read the question. Okay, and then आपको पता लगाना है कि question में क्या पूछा गया है. Okay, and as soon as you get that it is asking this, then you have to go back to the passage. and अगर आपने passage अच्छे से पढ़ा होगा so आपको definitely पता चल जाएगा कि आंसर कौन सी लाइन में था, कहाँ पे था. Okay, so just go back to the passage and just see the answer and then just write it down. Okay, I hope all the rules and the tips are clear to you. So now let's practice true and unseen passage, right? So let's read the passage. Camel is called the ship of the desert because it has the ability to survive in the desert without food and water for 6 to 10 days. Okay, so whenever you are reading the passage, students, just underline the important lines जो आपको लगता है कि questions में maybe पूछी गई होंगी, right? They are able to withstand the loss of about 1/3 of their body fluid without danger. Its nose, ears and eyes are formed in such a way that they are least affected by the dust of the desert. That means उनके जो eyes और ears होते हैं वो इस तरह से डिज़ाइन होते हैं so that उनको sand से कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती. It is a very useful animal for the desert travelers and can carry enormous loads. बहुत सारा सामान अपने ऊपर लेके जा सकते हैं, right? It is commonly believed that a camel does not require food very regularly, but this notion is not correct, right? ऐसा माना जाता है कि उनको बहुत फूड की ज़रूरत नहीं होती, बट ऐसा नहीं है. Because of its peculiarity of its body constitution, it can store food and water for many days. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि उसे फूड नहीं चाहिए होता, बट उनका ऐसा फीचर होता है, peculiarity means फीचर, जिसकी वजह से they can store food for long days, like for number of days. Okay, right? So जैसे आप ये पैराग्राफ पढ़ रहे हो आपको समझ आ रहा है कि ये कैमल के बारे में है, उनके फीचर्स बताए गए हैं, right? Camel has big hump on its back. As a matter of fact, this hump is a storehouse of fats. The camel uses the fat so stored as a source of energy during its long journey in the desert. Inside its belly, it has 2 flask-shaped bags for storing water. When it does not get water, it uses this stored water. It is on the strength of the fat and water stored in hump and the bags respectively that it can go without food for a long time. Okay, तो इस पैराग्राफ में आपने देखा क्या क्या बताया गया है. दैट कैमल के पास एक हम्प होता है जिसमें वो फैट्स होते हैं, राइट, एंड वो इन फैट्स को एज अ सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी यूज़ करता है, राइट. एंड उनकी बेली में, उनके स्टमक में क्या होता है, 2 फ्लास्क शेप्ड बैग्स जिसमें वो वाटर स्टोर करते हैं, और इन्हीं की वजह से दे कैन go without food for long time, for number of days, because उनके पास stored होती हैं सब चीज़ें, right? So this is how our passage is, एंड आपको समझ में आया होगा. जैसे जैसे आप पैसेज रीड करोगे, जस्ट रीड लाइन बाय लाइन एंड यू विल डेफिनेटली गेट द मीनिंग ऑफ ईच लाइन. ओके, बट आपको ध्यान से पढ़ना होगा बिकॉज वो पैसेज आपके लिए न्यू होगा. ओके, सो लाइन बाय लाइन रीड करना है and just try to underline the main words or main lines with pencil. If you are doing in your exam, you can do it with pencil and then you can immediately rub after doing answers. Okay, so after reading the paragraph हमें समझ में आ गया that we have read about camel, right? कैसे वो camel इतने time तक without food रह सकता है because it is having stored food, water and all, right? So those are the sources of energy for this camel, right? So when reading आपको कोई भी चीज़ important लगती है that it could be asked as a question, right? So आप उसे underline कर सकते हो, right? Now let's go to the questions. Okay, जो questions आपको इस passage में से answer करने हैं. So let's go through the questions. We will read the questions properly and just try to find out that what is the question asking. Just see students, on the basis of your reading answer the following questions. That means जो आपने reading की है passage की उसके according आपको ये questions answer करने हैं. Just see the first question. For how long can a camel survive without food and water? So this we have seen in the starting only. कितने डेज तक वो विदाउट फूड एंड वाटर रह सकता है कैमल. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल अंडरस्टैंड ऑल द क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, व्हाई इज अ कैमल कॉल्ड शिप ऑफ द डेजर्ट? कैमल को शिप ऑफ द डेजर्ट क्यों कहा जाता है? वेयर डज अ कैमल स्टोर इट्स फूड एंड वाटर? कहाँ पे वाटर और फूड स्टोर करता है कैमल? विच स्टेटमेंट अबाउट कैमल इज नॉट ट्रू? देखो आपको ऑप्शंस दिए हैं, आपको पता लगाना है दैट इनमें से कौन से ऑप्शन गलत है. फर्स्ट, इट डज नॉट रिक्वायर फूड रेगुलरली. इट कैरी हैवी लोड्स. Its nose, ears and eyes are easily affected by dust of the desert. It is very helpful for desert travelers. Okay, so आपको इन सबको अच्छे से पढ़ना है and you have to find out which is false, which is not correct. Next question is the word enormous means. That means you have to write down the meaning of enormous. Very big, very beautiful or very slow. Okay, so these are our 5 questions. अब हमें सब questions का meaning clear हो गया कि क्या पूछा गया questions में. अब हम इनको answer करेंगे. Right? So for doing answers, for solving questions, we will go to the passage. Okay, so ये हमारा first paragraph था. So first question क्या था? That for how many days camels can survive without water? So just see the third line, just second line. It has the ability to survive without food and water for 6 to 10 days. So our answer will be camels can survive without food and water for 6 to 10 days. Okay, जैसा आपको question पूछा गया उसी तरह का आपको answer करना है. Okay, so this was our first answer. Let's see the second question. Second question क्या था? That why is camel known as ship of the desert? So just see the first line. Camel is called ship of the desert because it has ability to survive in the desert without food water for 6 to 10 days. And they are able to withstand loss of about 1/3 of their body fluid without danger, right? So this is the reason why they are called ship of the desert. So just see our answer. It has the ability to survive in desert without food water for many days, or you can write 6 to 10 days, and they are able to withstand loss of 1/3 of their body fluid without danger, and that is why they are known as ship of the desert. Our next question was how it can store water and food. So in the next second passage we have seen that inside its belly it has 2 flask shaped bags for storing water. Okay, water कहाँ पे store कर सकते हैं? Inside its belly, right? Inside its belly and inside its hump, जहाँ पे वो fats होते हैं, right? Which was our next question. Next question we had options like camel does not require food regularly. This is true. It carries heavy loads. Yes, true. Its nose, ears, eyes are easily affected by dust. No, are not easily affected by dust. पढ़ा था ना हमने. Just see. So which statement is false? Its nose, ears and eyes are easily affected by dust of the desert. This statement is false. So ये हमारा correct answer हो गया, right? Next, they asked about the meaning of the word enormous. Right, so for this we will read the passage again. Just see this, it is very useful animal for desert travelers and it can carry enormous loads. Okay, अच्छा ये travelers के लिए, जो लोग घूमने आते हैं उनके लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल है. और हेल्पफुल कैसे होगा? अगर ये कम लोड लेके जाएगा या ज़्यादा लोड अपने साथ लेके जाएगा? ऑब्वियसली ज़्यादा लोड, राइट, ज़्यादा लोड. ओके, तो हमारा क्वेश्चन क्या था, क्या क्या ऑप्शंस थे? वेरी ब्यूटिफुल, वेरी बिग और वेरी स्लो. सो व्हाट विल बी द आंसर? वेरी बिग. दैट मीन्स बहुत ज़्यादा लोड अपने ऊपर लेके चल सकता है, बहुत सारा सामान. ओके, सो आवर आंसर विल बी वेरी बिग. Okay, so in this way we have solved our unseen passage. I hope it is clear to everyone that how you have to solve any unseen passage, and definitely you all will score good marks in such passages. I hope you all will practice at least 2 unseen passages at your home with any of your book. You can practice it from your old books also. Do practice it in your rough students, and still if you have any doubt regarding it, please ask me anytime. Okay, just go through the rules. You have to go through the passage properly and read the questions properly, right? And then you will definitely find all the answers in your passage, right? I hope everything is clear to you. I'll see you all in your next class. Till then, just take care, students. Thank you.